Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Dayspring Discussions. I'm your host, Sean McGahee. In this show, we talk about movies, TV, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books. If you geek out about it, we're going to talk about it. You can listen to Dayspring Discussions on iTunes, YouTube, Podomatic, Patreon, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever, guys. While you're there, go and rate, review, subscribe, then head on over to the Dayspring Discussions Facebook group and Twitter account and join in the discussion. Now, don't forget, you also have dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com in case you have any more lengthy or in-depth things you want to talk about. And you can find me personally, Slim Dayspring 12 on Twitter and Instagram. Well, hello, everyone. It is a hot and sunny Monday afternoon here in Austin, Texas. Yes, I know, I'm a day behind. I usually record and post podcasts on Sunday, or at least I've been trying to these last couple of weeks. But yesterday was Father's Day. And as a father, it's one of those rare days where I can actually get away with doing nothing and my wife not hassle me about it. So I took advantage of it and did not that much, actually. In the morning, went swimming. Me, my wife, and my daughter went to our neighborhood pool, went swimming. And then in the afternoon, my mother-in-law took my daughter to a movie. So I took the opportunity to lounge around, watched one of my favorite movies, A River Runs Through It. It's directed by Robert Redford, 1992, one that I really enjoy about two brothers in early 1900s Montana. Totally not a geek movie, but it does star a young Brad Pitt. Just one that I really enjoy. I wouldn't say I recommend it to this type of crowd, but it's a good drama, and like I said, it's about two brothers, so I enjoy it. So then later on, we actually got tickets to go see the local amateur baseball team, the Round Rock Express, which my wife, I know I'd never been. I've been a couple times, and my daughter had never been to actual baseball game before, and it was Girl Scout night. She's a Girl Scout, so we went so she could get like some patches and go to a baseball game, and did the whole experience. Had great seats down the third base line, and got a foul ball as well. Awesome. So that was exciting for her too, but mainly she was bored. My daughter, she thought baseball was boring, which there you go. But in any event, I enjoyed myself. My wife did as well. And then at the end of the game, they let the kids run around the bases. So my daughter did enjoy that. But that was my Father's Day. So like I said, I enjoyed it, and it was very relaxing. But that's why I didn't do a normal show on Sunday like I usually do. And I am doing one right now while our lasagna for dinner is in the oven. Thankfully, it takes over an hour to cook, so that gives me the time to sit here and do this quickly. But for anyone who is joining us for the first time, this is how the show goes, guys. So throughout the week, I and everyone else have been posting stories or news stories on the Dayspring Discussions Facebook group or Twitter account, and then we sit there, we discuss, we talk about it in a very civil and nice way, hopefully. And then I hop on here once a week and kind of break down, share my thoughts about my three favorite stories, or probably the three biggest stories I feel like of the week. And then, of course, you guys listen, fire back some more, and it's all one big discussion is what I hope it'll be. So let's get started. Now, how I like to start every show, I always like to start with what's got my attention before I get into my topics. So what's got my attention this week? Well, I sat down a couple nights ago and watched the film Chaos Walking. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with this one stars Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley. It was a film that was made many years ago, not many years ago, but several years ago. I think it was supposed to come out in like 2018, if I remember correctly. But they had a lot of production problems, and basically the film wasn't good, is what people were saying. So they had to go back, redo some stuff. But Daisy Ridley and Tom Holland, both starring in big franchises, were a little busy. So it took them some time to go back and redo things. They ended up redoing it, but because of the reputation this film had gotten, it didn't do so well at the box office. And to be honest, it wasn't great. But I will tell you that I did watch it, and after I did, it wasn't a steaming pile of garbage I thought it was going to be. I actually kind of enjoyed it. And it makes sense because the director is Doug Liman. And Doug Liman, I like a lot of his movies. I mean, I don't know, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Edge of Tomorrow, Born Identity, I think he did maybe. What else did he do? Hold on. I'm going down his IMDb page. Let's go to director. What did he direct? He directed, yes, Edge of Tomorrow, Jumper, not a great movie. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Go, his first one, Swingers. It came from a good director, is pretty much what I'm saying. So I wasn't surprised that I at least thought the film was decent. Tom Holland's really the star of this thing, with Daisy Ridley kind of as a supporting role. And, you know, he carries the film well. It's high sci-fi, and I really actually didn't hate it. I dare say that I would even might enjoy a sequel to this. I know it's based off a book. I don't know if the book has a sequel, but I enjoyed it. You know, I will say that. I'm sure it's not the popular thing, and you can go ahead and just, you know, come at me with your hatred if you've seen the movie. If you haven't seen the movie, don't talk to me. But if you have seen the movie and you didn't enjoy it, let me know why. Or if you did like the movie, I want to know. Because honestly, I thought it was okay. I thought it really was okay, guys. But fire back. Let me know if you've seen Chaos Walking and what you think about it. Okay, so the other thing that has got my attention this week is Fridays is usually when your streaming services come out with your new programming. Minus Disney Plus, who said they're going to rearrange it now a little bit to Wednesdays. But Friday mornings, I usually hop online. I go through my streaming services and see what's new. I add stuff to my queue that sometimes sit there for quite some time till I either delete it or I actually get to it. But anyway, the thing that popped up this last Friday was the newest season of Black Lightning. Now, it's also the final season of Black Lightning, season 4. It's on Netflix now, so you can watch it. With the CW shows, I cut back last year. After Crisis on Infinite Earths, I decided I was going to wait till Netflix came out with the whole season, and I was going to watch it that way. Mainly because I got tired of all the CW commercials. Now, I know the CW app is free, and that's why they have the commercials, and I totally understand it. But it made, you know, it was extra 10 minutes of commercials per episode. And then I watched all the superhero shows, the Arrowverse shows, right? So that's maybe 5 shows, add an extra 10 minutes per episode, 20 episodes per season. Do the math, and that's a lot of commercials for a season of television. So, and I enjoy the shows, but not enough to where I want to sit through that much of commercials. So I decided to wait and watch this series till they came to Netflix so I could skip all those commercials and save myself some time. Now, I've not seen any of this last season of Black Lightning, actually. Like I said, last year when they did Crisis on Infinite Earths, I watched all the series up until that point, and then I waited for like the second half of the season to catch up on Netflix. So, but this, I haven't seen any of it, so I'm still waiting. I enjoyed the series. You know, one thing with Black Lightning I always enjoyed too was the series came out, I believe, in January or February of 2018, which Black Panther movie with Chadwick Boseman came out February 2018, and of course February is Black History Month, and I loved it that in February 8 of 2018 we got the first Marvel Black superhero in his first live action appearance, and then DC Comics first Black superhero in his first live action appearance on TV. I really enjoyed that, and I really have enjoyed Black Lightning, the series. The first season I really enjoyed. Second and third season, like every CW show, has its ups and downs. It's really what it is. Like my favorite superhero CW shows right now are Stargirl and Superman and Lois, mainly because there's only been one season of each, and I enjoyed it. I mean, after the first season of Flash and Arrow and everything else, I really enjoyed those first seasons of almost all the series, minus Legends of Tomorrow. So I'm still kind of in that, honeymoon phase with those series. You know, give it a couple of seasons. I'll see how I feel about them at that point. But with Black Lightning, for the most part, I have enjoyed. So I'm looking forward to checking out Season 4 of Black Lightning. Didn't they switch the younger girl, Jennifer, I think was the character's name? Did they switch out the actress? I hate it when they do that. So I'll have to wait and see if they did or not. But if they didn't, that's fine. But yes, I'm going to plan on checking that out hopefully sometime this week. I haven't gotten that far with Warrior either. I need to get on that. I need to, get back on. I got a couple of movies I need to watch. I need to jump back on my TV. I need to get on it. I know I'm behind. I'm going to do it. I promise. So if you have checked out the final season of Black Lightning, let me know what you thought. No spoilers. But if you enjoyed it, haven't enjoyed it, share your thoughts. Dayspring Discussions at gmail.com. Of course, Twitter and Facebook. It's there, guys. Okay, so since I started DC, I'm going to continue rolling with DC Comics characters into my topics. 2 out of the 3 are actually DC related, so should be something. And I guess I'm going to start off with, since I talked about the CW shows, let's talk about Stargirl. So like I said, I did enjoy season 1 of Stargirl. It was really, quite fresh. It was very, what do I want to say, not kiddie, but, more lighthearted, I think is the word I'm looking for, compared to maybe some of the other CW shows. Now, with Black Lightning, one thing I enjoyed about it when it first premiered was that at the time, the other Arrowverse or CW superhero shows were about people that were in their, mid-20s or so. You had Oliver Queen, Barry Allen, Kara Danvers. I like that, Black Lightning was a middle-aged man who had been through his superhero days, had a family, and, was kind of settled a little bit. I enjoyed that different aspect. On the opposite end, of course, you have Courtney Whitmore as Stargirl in this one, where, she's still in high school and, she's still dealing with high school things, giving it almost to me, almost a little like a Smallville or a Buffy the Vampire Slayer kind of a spin to it. With all that. And then, of course, you had the Justice Society of America, which is more known in comics to be the older superheroes. These younger kids have taken over as different versions of these heroes. So, again, I found that rather interesting, too. The cast is great. The main girl, Breck Basinger, I think is her name. She does a really good job. Well, now we have a trailer for Season 2, and it is set to come out August 10th. Is when it is, which is interesting, and I'll tell you the interesting fact here in a little bit. But that comes out August 10th on the CW. Now, I will say this, because, again, I enjoyed Season 1 so much of Stargirl, I will hop on the CW app and watch the next season, Season 2, because I did watch all of Season 1 on the CW app with commercials. If you're interested, you can find it on HBO Max now, which I'm pretty sure is what they're going to be doing. Like Batwoman and Stargirl, the 2 newest CW superhero shows, you can find the first seasons on HBO Max where you don't have to sit through commercials, thank goodness. But anyway, August 10th, and in this trailer we see that Courtney very much, wants to continue being Stargirl, still almost looking for problems where, they took out the ISA and their town is safe, but we know that's not true because evil is just around the corner, of course. But what also is lurking around the corner in this trailer is, looks like Green Lantern's daughter. Now, in the comics, Alan Scott had a daughter named Jade, and she's an interesting character, and I'm curious if this is going to be the same character, if she's going to be Jade or not. We'll have to wait and find out. But again, I like that, again, bringing in the old Justice Society to make a new Justice Society. And Pat Dugan, played by Luke Wilson, is, their kind of mentor. And again, something funny that, you have Amy Smart and Luke Wilson, who, when I was a teenager, they played the younger characters in movies and TV, and now they're playing the parent characters, which lets you know how old I am. But to say the least, this trailer, again, got me curious because of the Green Lantern angle, really what I liked about it. But I did enjoy the first season. I'm very curious. I'm going to be watching Season 2. Have you seen Stargirl Season 1? Are you excited for Season 2? What else did you pick up on this trailer? Fire back, of course. Let me know. Dayspringdiscussions at gmail.com, Facebook, and Twitter. All right, guys, and the last DC thing I want to talk about today is another trailer, and that's going to be for Titans. Now, this is a show that several years ago we had the DC streaming service, DC Universe. And this was kind of their lead-off show that they had, Titans, based off Teen Titans characters. Season 1 and Season 2 were both on the DC Universe streaming service. The service has since then gone away, as we knew it would. When HBO Max came, we knew this service had not long, and that's what happened. They, instead of being a movie, TV, and comic streaming service, they turned it into DC was it Infinite, and it's just a straight up comics one. And they brought everything over like Titans, Young Justice, Harley Quinn, Doom Patrol, and brought those all over to HBO Max, as it should be. That's fine with me. I'm just glad they're continuing to make these shows. Titans, the first couple seasons, I enjoyed. I would put them a little bit of a level up on some of the CW shows, just because, again, they're on a streaming service. They're not on public television, so they're allowed to be a little more edgier, which can be a good or a bad thing. You know, sometimes it seems like they were trying to be a little more hardcore just for the sake of being hardcore. It was, I think, the 6th or 7th episode of the series where they brought in Jason Todd. That was really when the show hooked me, and kind of his whole attitude about being Robin, and how Dick, saw how easily Bruce had replaced him as Robin, and being the fact that Dick Grayson is one of my all-time favorite superhero characters in all of comic books and fiction. Being the main star of this, really, it did hook me in a little bit. I like the guy who plays him, Brenton Thwaites. I guess that's how you say his name. I don't know. I follow him on social media too, but I can never say his name. The girl plays Stargirl. I can never say her name either. But the other ones I remember, Mika Kelly, Friday Night Lights alumni, plays, was it Hawk? No, plays Dove. Hawk is played by Alan Richardson, a.k.a. Aquaman from Smallville. Anyway, for the most part, I've enjoyed the show. Haven't loved it. It's not like, one of those shows that I have to watch as soon as it's released, and I can never fall behind on it or anything like that. It's not one of those shows, but I have enjoyed it. Teaser came out for season 3, and I heard they were going to be doing a couple things. Number one, they're bringing in Barbara Gordon, a.k.a. Batgirl, a.k.a. Oracle. What version we're going to get of her, I don't know. But also I know that, Barbara Gordon and Starfire are the two loves of Dick Grayson's life. And they've kind of been pushing his kind of attraction to Starfire, or Corey, as she's known in the show. So to bring in Barbara at this point, maybe they could do a little love triangle thing going on. I don't know. They could bring that in. One thing that did disappoint me last season, of course, was the sudden death of Donna Troy. And for the most part, I was enjoying season 2 a lot more than season 1. We were getting a lot of backstory about the original Titans and kind of how they all fell apart. The way they killed Donna Troy at the end of season 2 was ridiculous. I remember watching the episode and thinking, this is so stupid. I couldn't believe it. It was just ridiculous how they did. And I know they're going to bring her back. I know they're going to bring her back. She dies in the comics in a much better way, but then she comes back as well. So I figured they're going to bring her back. I'm waiting for it, but the way they did just left a bad taste in my mouth at the end of this season. And then for this new season, season 3, we are going to see Jason Todd turn into Red Hood. That's what we saw in these teasers. We saw him getting beat by the crowbar with looks like the Joker. We even saw the crowbar on the ground next to Bruce for that what is. And then you have the monologue or voiceover of Dick Grayson in this teaser about heroes dying. And, with the death of Donna Troy and what they allege the death of Jason Todd, I'm assuming they're going to think happens in this season, the voiceover seems fitting. But he's going to come back as Red Hood. They already showed him in this one as the Red Hood. I think it's too soon. I think it's too soon to bring in the Red Hood. I feared they would bring him in at some point, but I thought it was too soon. It's going to be different, obviously, from what it does in the comic books and any other rendition. But I just, we didn't have enough time with this character to give him this transition. But it is what it is. I know they're going to focus a little bit on, what is it, Blackfire? With Starfire and Blackfire in this season 2, I heard. We'll see where it goes. I mean, from the teasers, we're going to see a couple different things going on. Maybe Hank's still struggling with his drug addiction, and we'll see where it goes, guys. Again, not super excited for it to come back, but I will be watching to see where they go with it. Have you guys seen Titans? What'd you think of it so far up until this point, the first 2 seasons? Did you see the new teaser for season 3? Now, it comes out August 12th. And I told you that was interesting because Stargirl comes out August 10th. So 2 days later, we get Titans. So some more CW superhero shows coming out on the same time. It'll be a very interesting week, to say the least, guys. But that's it. Fireback, let me know what you think about Titans Season 3 teaser or just the show in general, and how much you thought it was ridiculous that they killed Donna Troy the way they did. Okay, guys, jumping out of DC characters, but still sticking with ridiculous deaths, in my opinion. We got a teaser for the new season of Star Trek Picard, the Paramount Plus original. That's right, it was a CBS All Access, but that service is gone now, much like DC Universe joined up with HBO Max. CBS All Access is now just straight up Paramount Plus, and their Star Trek series are jumping over there, and Picard is one of them. And we got our first teaser trailer for the second season of Picard, and the big thing they teased about this one was that they were bringing back the character known as Q. Now, the character, very popular in Star Trek The Next Generation, very popular foil for Jean-Luc Picard, played by Patrick Stewart. This teaser, it looked interesting. I gotta say, of course, when you're playing with Q, you're playing with time travel and images. He's almost like the Loki, really, of the Star Trek universe, where he loves to play with people, and seeing our characters in different scenarios, perhaps in this one, could be interesting. Now, the series Picard, or the season 1 of Picard, I went into it very interested. I'm not a big Star Trek guy, to say the least. I'm not a big Star Trek guy. Out of the series, Star Trek The Next Generation is probably my favorite series, even though I haven't watched a lot of it. I've seen, the main episodes, like the one where, All Good Things, which is the series finale. What's the one called where, Jean-Luc becomes the Borg, all that stuff. I've seen the main episodes with that. And then with, current Star Trek, I tried getting into Discovery, and I couldn't. I just couldn't get into Discovery. But I am interested with Strange New Worlds, see how that is. I do watch, what's the animated one? Lower Decks. It's satirical, and, I think it's stupidly funny. Pokes fun at Star Trek, of course, too. I love when Jonathan Frakes came in there to do his voice acting for Riker, animated Riker. I thought that was funny, too. So I enjoy that. With this one, I thought it was okay. Again, another series that I was watching, but I didn't love. I thought it was okay. The ending just left a bad taste in my mouth, though. Because, if you haven't seen the series or the season or the finale, I'm going to spoil it for you just to let you know. This is your warning. In that first season of Picard, we come to find out that Jean-Luc is dying. He's sick from something, and he's dying, and he's made it to his one last crusade to go and help the alleged daughter of Data, one of his best friends. And he does that. But at the end of it, he doesn't die. Instead, the, android maker, I don't know, what would you call him? What's his name? He's got a specific name, doesn't he? The guy, he was the guy who made Data, wasn't it? I can't look it up. I don't want to look it up. Anyway, long story short, Jean-Luc Picard gets his own android body that, of course, looks exactly like him and, of course, ages still. So he's no longer dying, technically, of a sickness. He'll just die of old age. His robot body will continue to age, kind of like Robin Williams in that Bicentennial Man movie, which actually I enjoyed. But anyway, I hated that ending. I had thought it was the biggest cop-out. I think Picard, the way they set it up, would have been a great miniseries, 8-9 episodes, however long it was. The last, great mission of Jean-Luc Picard, the great captain, the great admiral, whatever he ended up being. It would have been a great thing, I think, as a miniseries. But I know they want to continue it. They want to continue to make money from it and all that stuff. I get it. But to me, it was a season that should have been a miniseries. You could have ended it beautifully with his death and then seen like a funeral scene with all the Next Generation cast and then some around. It would have been beautiful. But instead they decided to continue on, make him an android or a robot, and, again, continue the series. It's a cop-out. It's the worst cop-out because now, you set it up that, okay, you're dying. Oh, you're sick. Okay. Well, let's just turn you into a robot and you can live, however long you want. See my point? No consequences of death anymore. Hate it when that happens. Plus, in this season, they're going to deal with Q and probably some time travel scenarios. It gets dicey when you're dealing with these things, and it's without consequences, there can be no drama. And to me, there's not going to be any drama. The drama's going to be what? He's going to malfunction. You're going to throw water on him, and he'll start to fritz out or something. It doesn't work for me. I know people disagree with me. I've talked to actual Star Trek fans. I wouldn't consider myself a franchise Trekkie, but I have enjoyed my fair share of Star Trek. It didn't sit with me. The end of it just didn't sit with me, the way that they were able to take that sickness away so quickly, so easily. Why put it in there? Why would you put it in the season? Why would you make it a thing if you were planning on so easily fixing it at the end? It bugged me. It left a bad taste in my mouth at the end of the season. I will say, the standout for the season of last year was Santiago Cabrera as Captain Rios. I thought he was a very interesting character, so I might watch just for him, to be honest. But anyway, guys, let me know if you'd seen the teaser for the new season of Picard coming out. And of course, the big thing at the end there, you had 7 of 9, who no longer looks like she was ever a Borg. Ooh. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to watch. I just don't know. But let me know if you guys are. What do you think about the end of season 1? What do you think about the upcoming season 2? Fire back. Let me know. All right, guys, that is going to be it for me today. I got to go check on my lasagna and make sure it's cooking right and finish up dinner. So I will hopefully get this up later today, and you guys can laugh and speculate and call me names later on as you listen to this. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. Of course, as always, hit me up, Slim Dayspring 12 on Twitter and Instagram. The Facebook and Twitter accounts are there for you to share your news. I know I just posted they had a new trailer come out for Snake Eyes, the second trailer, I guess, or maybe the first full trailer came out today. We'll see if I talk about it next week or not. That is going to be it for me today. As always, guys, make sure you take care of yourselves and those around you. Go out, enjoy your day, enjoy your lives, and until next time, may the Force be with us all.